from Urchfab. Today's video is going to be me just going through my new toy, which is a Colchester Student 1800 lathe. Yeah, I'm just going to clean everything up, get everything fixed back onto it, and get it so it's usable. So when I was up at Extreme Plasma in Gloucester, seeing Rob up there, and I'd mentioned to him that I was looking for a proper lathe. He said he might know for something, and then about 6 weeks later he phoned me and said his next door neighbour was selling a lathe. Did I want it? So I said yeah, and this is it. So yeah, thanks Rob for finding me this and getting me a blinding deal on it. It all looks pretty good other than just the grime. So I've got some, I've been trying out different things, best ways to clean all this off. I've got some brake cleaner which I've been advised not to use on it, and then I was trying some thinners and also some traffic film remover. The traffic film remover I think what is the best option, because it sort of sits on there and just softens it all off, and then you can just clean it off quite easily, whereas petrol or brake cleaner or thinners just seems to like evaporate and not really do the job. But so that's the lathe, and then I got all this tooling with it as well. So yeah, loads of tool holders, different jaws for the chuck, loads of tooling in here, 4-jaw chuck, 3-jaw chuck, got the centre sort of steady thing for doing long parts, and then this one actually bolts onto the cross slide and sort of goes along with the doodah where you're cutting, and then like a whole box of just this is all stuff that someone's like specially made for specific jobs, I guess. Don't really know, I doubt I'll be doing much with that. I'll be sticking with just the basic kind of this sort of thing, or the stuff that I know how to do, but you know, hopefully I won't be buying any tooling. I just got a little soft Scotch pad on this thing, and it's working really well. A bit of WD-40, quick whiz over this. Let's clean that up really good. Okay, this is where I'm up to with the cleaning. I've been scrubbing all this in behind all the, and it's getting there now, just taking a hell of a long time to do. And I've just been leaving it WD-40 on it and then scrubbing it, and that seems to be the best way forward. Now I've got to this stage, I've still got all this side to do, which is all still really grimy, all in there. Started cleaning the chuck, so you can see the difference between this bit I haven't cleaned, this bit I have. But yeah, it's just very time consuming, so that's as far as I'm going to go with the cleaning for now, and then I'm just going to continually, like, you know, do a little bit when I've got a spare half an hour or something, and then eventually the whole lot will just be in the sort of condition that I want it to be in. I want to get everything, you know, every part on it looking like this, and then I'll be happy. Got some of these little bedway slider things for cleaning the bedways, stopping the chips going under there, that replace whatever these are made out of in here. These are like plastic, they just look like they're 3D printed. I don't actually have the right size Allen key because I need an Imperial Allen key, but just resting it on there, it's not the best fit, but I think I can probably just file them a little bit to get a nice fit on there. So I'll put those on once I've got an Allen key, and I've also got some of these little oilers, oiler alert. There's a few of these that are broken, need to get those out. I've got one out of there, so we got power. Alright, so yeah, just spun it up, went through all the gears, well, not all of them, but most of them. 1800 RPMs, pretty scary. Just gonna have a go at just cutting this piece down, try out all the power feed and stuff. Alright, so all seems good. It's really quieter than I was expecting. Everything seems to work really smoothly. Obviously went through all the gears, all the way up to 1800 RPM, which is pretty scary to have that thing spinning at 1800 RPM. I'm not sure what you would actually spin anything that fast for, but I can guarantee you that I won't be doing any work on it with it spinning around that fast. It kind of puts into perspective how crazy an engine is when you think of these like high revving race engines. But that was done at 555 RPM with a 0.20 feed rate. So, a couple of things I've noticed. This, the on-off bar needs securing into its little thing here. So probably just stick a tack weld on the edge of there with it in the right position, because it spins round and hits the bed there. The other thing was the crossfeed had a spring on it attached to here to hold it up, because it basically flicks itself off. Like it's not latching in properly, but I took the spring off because I'd rather have it latch off than have it latch on when I don't want it to. Yeah, Rob said about with these dials that you could switch them from imperial to metric. So I'm not sure whether he means check by changing the rings on these, but it seems to have, you know, everything metric on here. You've got metric on here as well as imperial. So it'd be nice to have metric on here, because that's what I'm going to be working in. But yeah, really happy with it. It's nice to have a proper lathe. So it's quite similar to a friend of mine's lathe who I sort of learnt a bit of doing this on, which was a Harrison, I think. Same sort of size. One question to any engineers out there. Right, so my question is, my buddy's lathe never had one of these adjustable stop things. So what I want to know is, if you're power feeding, when it hits the stop, will it stop the carriage and knock the power feed off, so you can sort of use it as a point to just run up to, or will it hit that and just mash the gears in here, and this is just purely a safety device sort of thing? I know you can just hand feed it up to that and use it as a stop, but will the power feed stop on there, or will it damage it? If anyone has the answer to that, and also if anyone's got any ideas as to why that isn't locking itself in and why it had a spring on there, that'd be good to know. So yeah, I've ordered up some oil for oiling all the ways and stuff, and some cutting oil. I'm going to do a full oil change on it as well. So you've got 2 lots of oil in here. This is full of oil, so I'm going to just change everything, all the oils, and yeah, finish cleaning it up, and that'll be good to go. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this thing on the channel now, hopefully a lot of little lathe projects, and I'm looking forward to learning some new stuff on this thing. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Should have an update on the mongrel Wednesday or Thursday for you. So keep an eye out for that, but that's it for now. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one.